Well, bouncer dealt with well, straight back onto Michael Levitt. Now calculating, and about he scored what 84% of his team's runs. Now if he was to continue at that level and finish, that'd be the highest percentage of runs in an innings for any player in T20 history. I think the previous highest, off the top of my head, is 75.86.
Oh yeah, you are shameful.
I may have got some help on that one.
Well, we'll see. There's a long way to go, of course. He's got to stay out there.
Oh, it's guided away. And they're going to come back for a second. I do have to credit our wonderful staff on the truck for that last statistic, but I can give you the statistic. So far, 83 for 4, the Netherlands.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
Sunflower oil, मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड.
Panchakanya steel.
DHI happier home. छुट्टै छ है.
So good, settling in. And not easy. He scored 36 in the first game, 20 and then a 90 yesterday against Scotland. One of the few players, just a handful, have managed to get the half century. We've not seen 100 so far today, or any of these days. That is swept up, it's in the air, there's an opportunity and it's dropped and it's knocked over the ropes. Bim Shakri on his T20 international debut had the chance and couldn't take it.
Well, we saw this when Scotland were playing yesterday. Every time someone tried to sweep into the long boundary, they came unstuck. But unfortunately for Nepal, that ball didn't stick. Very rare fielding error.
Off the legs it goes. I think they'll just stick and watch that go all the way to the boundary. It was a wide ball. So 4 wides.
He's just coming a little bit unstuck at the moment now. Sandeep Lamachani, change of ends for him. He did take a bit of tap from Michael Levitt earlier on, but just his line straying somewhat. Probably wouldn't mind trying to tempt another sweep.
He comes again, there's the reverse, and it's got through. And all the way to the boundary. This has been a terrific innings for the Dutch. 12 have come from it. The 51 partnership is up. Levitt 37. Zulfikar has taken 9, and that 51 has come in just 20 balls.
Well, I said they wouldn't mind him sweeping to the long boundary, but that was a really great execution of the reverse. Picked that out. The ball's flying along the carpet.
Turned off the legs, there's no run there.
No, Michael Levitt is still on 69, but for me, this has been an even better innings from him. And we saw against Scotland, just the clean striking.
Again, finding where the gaps are. And Zulfikar moves into double figures. Oh, Levitt cuts that, just misses these own stumps. Crosses through for the single. They'll come through for a single again. Productive over for the Dutch. It's been a productive partnership. The Dutch one short of the century, 99 for 4 after 10.
धरहरा भैरवा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विमानस्थल, संसद भवन, वीर अस्पताल र सीआईटी भवन जस्ता महत्त्वपूर्ण आधार स्तम्भ तथा भवनहरूको निर्माणलाई बलियो आधार दिँदै आएको सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट।
Grab a Mountain Dew, QR code scan गरी Yamaha FZ V3 जित्ने मौका पाउनुहोस्। Ride with thrill, Mountain Dew.
Glorious day for cricket. Michael Levitt's enjoying it more than anybody, and he's the reason why that run rate is accelerating.
Zulfikar has been getting in on the action a bit though in that last over. Netherlands setting themselves up for a terrific score.
The 100 is up. So in terms of run rate, it's good, and in terms of recovery as well, they were 45 for 4. They're now 100 for 4.
Just conditions today. Whatever the Netherlands put up, you just feel that Nepal will be very confident that they can chase it down. It just doesn't seem to matter where the finish line is, how near or how far away it is. They find a way to get themselves there. Netherlands know this.
A rare cut and a miss from Michael Levitt.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the last time he did play a miss. I actually can't think of any time in the innings.
Not today, definitely not today.
As I mentioned, it's just looked like he's seeing them so well. But, Rupesh Singh managing to foil him on that occasion.
Singing again, that was full, and it's smacked away. Keeping the wicket will come round and gather. There's a really quick scamper for 2. Good running, Zulfikar. Needed to be there. Already had 1 run out this afternoon.
Yeah, you could see them hunting. They ran the first one very hard to give themselves the best opportunity. So Kushal Burtel out there.
Levitt straight though to Dipendra Singh.
It's been a good over from Rupesh Singh because it was just getting a little bit chaotic. Levitt smashing it to all parts, and then Zulfikar getting in on the act as well. He's just pulled things back here. If he can keep it tight for another couple of balls, you would say, well, that's Nepal's over.
There's 1 for 10 in his first over. An awful lot tidier here. Michael Levitt just dipping to underneath where he'd like to be if he wants to get the highest T20 percentage of your team's score.
Yeah, those records, they're so hard to break because you really have to be in there the whole time. Yeah, and no one else is allowed. really have to be in there the whole time. Yeah, and no one else is allowed to make a contribution, so it does often even out.
That is a lovely shot through the covers. Ben Sharkey is out there. Well, the Dutch have got a really good partnership going. How far can they take it? They're 105 for 4.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है।
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाट।
मेरो बाजुली कम्मा
This home internet present Nation Kids Talent coming soon.
Nishani, a tad more expensive than he's been used to being. And we'll see. It's continuing from this Kirkcaldy Road end.
Well, he's bowled that first over from the other end, and he made use of the short boundary.
And that's been cracked away as well. There is a man out there, so they will come through again.
So already Levitt, though, not being tempted to try and launch Lamachani into the leg side. He's got two fielders out in the deep on that leg side. Deep backward square, one at deep mid-wicket.
Comes up, hits that through onto mid-on. Sandeep Lamachani has conceded more runs in 2.2 overs today than he has in his 8 overs in the previous 2 matches.
It's one of those things when he starts well, you think, gosh, it's a Sandeep Lamachani day. That other over, bowling from the other end, I'm not sure that was a right way.
Oh, he's gone. Stepped out, missed it completely, and he's stumped. And Zulfikar is the latest in a long line of Michael Levitt's partners to be sent back to the pavilion.
Yeah, the change in end has worked. And a good fight back from Sandeep Lamachani. Zulfikar came down the track. That was a terrific ball. He's turning away from the right-hander. And a relatively simple job for Asif Sheikh to remove the bails. It's still all about Michael Levitt as he looks for someone to go the distance.
नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टॉप सब ठीकठाक
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
यसमा रागको फिला मिसाउन पाए बडा गजब हुन्थ्यो होला है बुढी
रागको फिला चाहिँ हैन मेरो फिला मिसाइदिन्छु अनि खाऊ मजाले
धनपुर रेटोल
Dorothy, the work 63 from 33.
Just have a look at the turn that Sandeep gets. Beautifully done. Just beats the outside edge. He was so far down the track. He's got the headband back on too. It's on, it's off. We don't know.
Depends what's going to work for him. No. Michael Levitt says wait. The single is fine. And I'm ever off the mark.
Most experienced player in the Netherlands lineup, Van der Merwe. He will know exactly what his job is, and that's to get his young teammate on a hot streak. It's actually Michael Levitt's birthday today. And wouldn't he love a century as a present?
He might earn a little night out in Glasgow after that. Bearing in mind it is the last fixture for the Dutch in this Tri-Series tournament. Well, that was not out the textbook.
This has been a good over from Lamachani. Not just the wicket, but also probing as well.
Been taken for 29 runs in 2, so this is a really good comeback. And again, that's just cut in behind. The single is taken, so Lamachani just redressing the balance somewhat. The break's been put on the Dutch for now. Levitt still on 77, it's 110.
सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट को शहंशाह
नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टॉप सब ठीक ठाक
63. He'll be hoping that somebody can stick with him. 110 for 5 after 12. You could argue either way to see who's getting the better of this.
Well, Nepal are doing a great job in that they're taking wickets. It's just been one man.
Continues again. They're going to come back for the second. Just couldn't hold on to Kushal Bertel.
He's saved a couple of runs though. Stop in the end. Levitt continuing to just keep the strike. He's only young too. It's his 22nd birthday today. I want to say 21 again.
That's turned away nicely off the legs. There's a man down there. It was rather full. Possibly didn't get that as he would have liked to have done.
I was talking to some people in the Dutch camp, and apparently he always celebrates his birthday. It's always on a tour, and so I'm sure, even though they're leaving tomorrow, I'm sure there might be some celebration for Michael Levitt on his 22nd birthday, but celebration will be much bigger if the Netherlands go on to win this. It's a long, long way away, though. And some brilliant cricket today so far.
Precisely what Roland van der Merwe wanted to do. Firm shot and take the single.
See a few more fans filtering in behind there too. The flags have been such marvellous supporters, as they always are, the Nepal fans. So passionate about their team. Of course, there's talk about them trying to push to become a full member of the ICC. I think it's a no-brainer.
Talking no-brainers, that was a wide no-brainer in that. It's not often people come to a cricket ground in Scotland and think, where's the shade? There are one or two that have sought. Normally, you know, in and around the pavilions, a pretty popular place. Yep, nicely done. Arrived early, got the shade. Good tactics.
That doesn't seem very Scottish to me, because, or very British, I'm going to say.
Now that'll be taken just as a single. No, in this weather, we get the olive oil out. Cover yourself, get ready, bake.
That's what I mean. I'm always having to, when people come to Australia from Ireland or England or Scotland, Wales, I'm always having to say, whatever you do, put sunscreen on, put a shirt on. You come over here to this part of the country and it gets to, oh, it's 15 degrees and there's a sliver of sun. Next thing you know, if you're here in Scotland, everyone takes their shirts off.
Well, that's known colloquially as sun's out, taps off, which is a Glasgow thing. From Edinburgh, I'm always uncomfortable saying it as a phrase, but that is what it is known as. I was hoping we'd go to advert there, but we're not, so I'm going to have to explain even further. It is certainly the east coast of Scotland and the west coast of Scotland are two very different places.
Well, it certainly is. Even this Australian is definitely feeling the warmth today, and just not complaining about it, though, I might add.
It's been a good over. How will it end? just tickled off the legs. Back down to deep square leg, nicely taken. The Dutch are slowing down a little bit now, 9 per over. It's 117 for 5.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
Grab a Mountain Dew. QR code scan गरी Yamaha FZ V3 जित्ने मौका पाउनुहोस्. Ride with thrill, Mountain Dew.
DHI happier home. Today sahay.
17 for 5. And it was all about the batting of Michael Levitt. Fell 10 short of a century yesterday, but he's well positioned. 81 off 48 balls. He has slowed down a little bit, but it's still been an impressive innings so far. 6 fours, 5 sixes.
And not as many people on the pavilion steps today out there. They've taken cover, I've been told.
And he will field that himself.
Yeah, Ivory bowled 2 terrific overs early on. And, they've turned to the Tiger again. A wicket of Lion Cachet.
Single taken. I think that's the better decision. Just keep Michael Levitt fed with as many balls coming his way as possible. So Nepal just started to put the brakes on the Dutch, which will aid them in their chase.
Well, they've built a really solid platform as we see them take another 2. I'll get back quite comfortably in the end. And normally you would say, you know, around 12, 13 overs, you'd be thinking they are eyeing a total up around 200, but they've lost the 5 wickets. I imagine they will just keep going though. Michael Levitt on a hot streak. He has slowed down a little bit, but I almost expect that will happen at some point as the Nepal bowlers try to push back. Harry certainly has been very tight so far.
198 yesterday. Might fancy their chances as that comes too long on.
And does just take someone staying with Levitt. I just think this has been a terrific innings from him today.
Well, they reached 146 yesterday after 14 and slowed down. They've been slowed down a little bit here.
Well, he's going at a similar rate. His 90 came off 57 balls. And it's 84 off 50 now. Oh, Irie was almost in again. That is a terrific over from Dipendra Singh Irie. I know it's going to be as well. 14 gone, it's 125 for 5.
सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट सर्वोत्तम मजबुती
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
sunflower oil मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाट
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला यति कार्पेट कार्पेटको शहंशाह.
Able to be looking to set a good old tally for Nepal to chase, and if you're a neutral, you probably want the Dutch to score as high as possible, because they'd love to see this Nepalese side come out and really have a go. Bounced in, cut away.
Was not too far away from Rupesh Singh. Just have a look at this one again. Tried to slap it away. It was in the air. It wasn't. I wouldn't call that a chance. Brilliant work again. You just got to be so careful. It's been a really entertaining match so far today from both sides.
Reaches out to stroke that away. Well, it's been a while since Michael Levitt has found his way to the boundary. I mentioned he has slowed down somewhat. Also worth pointing out, it is really hot out there, and he's been out for well over an hour. But if they were to get 8 and over, we'll be looking at about 172. So that's the ballpark in which they want to play. He stepped up, and that's in the air. There's an opportunity, and he does go this time. Nicely taken, Padel out in the deep. He tried to thrash it. I mentioned it had been a while, perhaps getting a tad frustrated, and that is a big, big wicket for Nepal to take.
Really good comeback from Nepal, and he's furious. He knows he's missed out on a ton again, but they bottled him up, and he ended the ball to the longest part of the ground. Rohit Podal, well, he's not gonna miss out on those. And so it's been very entertaining, wonderful innings from Michael Levitt. And it does come to an end. Back-to-back games, he's produced some brilliantly
नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टॉप सब ठीकठाक
यसमा राहको फिला मिसाउनु पाए बडा गच्चा बन्थ्यो होला है बुढी
रागको फिला चाहिँ हैन मेरो फिला मिसाइदिन्छु अनि खाऊ मजाले
धनपुर रेटोल
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
What's interesting to see what he can do here today. His brother Kyle also in the squad. He was 21 not out against Scotland yesterday.
He's recovered from a meniscus, a torn meniscus. He hasn't played since late last year. There's Klein. Says he feels good now. He's hoping. He bowls. He's always bowled seam, and he ended up coming back after a bunch of stress fractures in his lower back, and he was bowling off spin. But I think he's almost at the stage where it's fully healed, and so we might see him bowling seam again soon, which is good news for the Netherlands because they have an issue with injured seamers.
Off the mark immediately. Well, Roland van der Merwe and Ryan Klein are now going to try and guide the Dutch. Well, just 31 runs in the last 5 overs. That's how much they've dipped. The run rate's down to 8.73. It was up to about 10.5 at one point.
Yeah, they've done such a good job of pulling that back. I think they worked out the right ends for their bowlers as well.
Casey from the Meldrum Gardens end here at Titwood. Holds it in, that's just guided away down to third man covering.
So just a little period of consolidation here. I don't think it'll last too much longer. Spera want to get on with that, Klein and van der Merwe.
It's gone. Picked up an edge, played through it, and caught behind again. He's been a busy boy behind the stumps, as Asif Sheikh, but he's caught everything that's come his way, and Karen KC sends another man back.
Well, Karen Casey right in on the action. 2 wickets in the over, gets rid of Levitt, then gets a thick edge from Klein. Can always guarantee he's going to have some say in a match.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक
यसमा रागको फिला मिसाउनु पाए बडा गजब हुन्थ्यो होला बुढी
रागको फिला चाहिँ हैन मेरो फिला मिसाइदिन्छु अनि खाऊ मजाले
धनपुर रेटोल
सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट सर्वोत्तम मजबुती
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक
स्वदेशमै विश्वस्तरीय शिक्षा वर्ल्ड क्लास एजुकेसन इन द होमल्यान्ड पेन्टागन एउटा अग्रगण्य संस्थाको रूपमा अगाडि जाओस्.
To be back in, took some tap early, but Levitt no longer there.
Just turn round the corner. Well, the Dutch will be interested to see exactly how deep their tail goes. 7 down, you don't want to not use out the full 20, but you don't want to be too timid either. That was in the air momentarily. I mean, the latest dive towards a catch I've seen so far, but again, it's good bowling and always with a smile.
Yeah, still 4.4 overs remaining. So they've got a little bit of time, a couple of balls to get themselves in there. But I mean, Van der Merwe, he's going at a run a ball. 11 off 11. If we just have another look at that one, it was in the air. There was no chance of Lamachani getting into that as he cartwheels around.
No, it certainly wasn't a chance. There's a shout more of hope than expectation. I mean, Roland van der Merwe coming into this tournament, 436 runs from 34 innings, so just short of 23 average. 1 against Scotland and 11 against Scotland. So neither of these players, you would say, prolific. One or two people wandering just in front of the side screen.
Yeah, they just wandered in front of our tent as well. I was like, out of the way. Oh, out of the way there, as well as Lamachani got tangled up with Van der Merwe.
It's in there, but it's safe. And they'll come through for a run. Well, the Dutch seem to be motored along nicely, but the fall of wickets has hampered them. They're 133 for 7.
सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट सर्वोत्तम मजबुती
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है.
यसमा रागको फिला मिसाउनु पाए बडा गजब हुन्थ्यो होला बुढी
रागको फिला चाहिँ हैन मेरो फिला मिसाइदिन्छु अनि खाऊ मजाले.
धनपुर रेटोल
अरूलाई थर्काएर तर्साएर खाने दिन गए मुखिया साहब. गरिब निमुखामाथि अब दमन टिक्दैन, बुझ्नुभयो?
Wow, that's his best smile for the camera. It's as if he knew it was coming.
Oh, they're here. They've got the flags. I do love that flag. The only non-rectangular flag in the world. Very special.
Sing from the Meldrum Gardens end. Dutt just off the legs. Even for the next over or two, Mel, if they can just keep it going, just taking the singles that are available to them, but at some point they've got to decide when they're going to hit.
Yeah, they first and foremost try and eliminate the dot balls, even if it's just turning it over, making sure that they're maximising every scoring opportunity. But Van der Merwe is kind of doing that. He's 11 off 11. I want to keep going at a run and ball.
Strikes that. There's a beautiful shot. Moved his feet perfectly. The ball was pitched up and that's dispatched to the boundary. Not seen one of them in a while.
Well, that was the shot that Levitt was playing, but Midoff was up. So it opened up the space there in the deep, even though it was a long boundary, the longest part of the ground. Van der Merwe had enough on it.
Let's move tidally on to 15. Well, they've brought the lead up from third man to short third man. I think if he is going to have a little thrash out, he might get a top edge. Of course, what will happen is just go over off his legs through mid-wicket.
I don't mind that either. You know, the big shot wasn't on. They've got acres of space. They've got the two fielders out in the deep protecting that leg side short boundary. So it means that the opportunity for a little drop and run into the leg side to keep things ticking over is well on.
It's just cut to backward point. Well, the Netherlands being slowed down here. Run rate currently 8.3. That's hammered away. And that's another boundary. Beautiful step into it to get that away from Aaron Dutt.
It's turning into quite a productive little over, this one. Rupesh Singh has been pretty tight, but that's beautifully played by Dutt. Two boundaries off the over now. I think they'll be targeting up around 175, 180, feeling that they can still get up there.
Driven down and almost defended by the Dutch themselves. That's a better over from a Dutch perspective. They're chasing a better tally, 143 for 7.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
Panchakanya Bathware. Luxury made affordable.
के तपाईलाई थाहा छ मेरो व्यस्त सोशल लाइफ र प्रोडक्टिभिटीलाई म कसरी मेन्टेन गर्छु मलाई चाहिन्छ रिलायबल र सही कनेक्सन डिश होमको इन्टरनेट भरपर्दो र विश्वासिलो छ
Sunflower oil. मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद.
Banshee, Karan KC and defender Singh Ari are the three bowlers yet to complete their 4. Banshee will do so now.
Can't get that one away.
Snick that will come through for the run. when you're the batter and you snick it, you listen for the shout, and you've actually also got to remember to motor, because sometimes you presume that it's going to go to the wicket keeper. Fielders are smart. Just made Rolla van der Merwe press the accelerator a little bit more.
Just looks like we've got a little problem with the ball. David McLean not happy with that. Maybe that shot just took a little chunk out of the leather.
Well, it's so hot out there today, even the ball wants to take a rest. Don't think we'll necessarily be seeing that one again. It's been 40 dot balls so far in this innings. And the sixes, well, there's been a number of them. There's been 5 sixes, 13 boundaries. All 5 sixes have come from Michael Levitt. 6 of the 13 fours have also come off Levitt's bat.
Well, he got them into a really good position. And it's now, if Dutt and van der Merwe can bring it home for the Dutch, just set a strong target of up in that high 170s, 180. If they can take it home, they've been pretty good at eliminating the dot balls. They've both been able to find the boundary. Can they bring it home? Really has been fantastic cricket from both sides so far. Really enjoyed this innings.
Been sent back. Banshee becoming more and more economical in this over.
One of the reasons I've really enjoyed it is it has been the punch and counter punch. One team on top, the other pushing back.
And they're a bit safe. Thumped off. Too long on coming in.
Really good over so far from Raj Banshee. He's keeping it very tight. Definitely think for the spinners, being on this end, the Kirkcaldy Road end, I had to write that down phonetically so that I said it the right way as well.
Kirkcaldy, it's a wonderful,
Kirkcaldy.
Wonderful word. There's the reverse sweep, and up it goes. That's nicely done. Just turned it away and got it away for 4. He's celebrating his 50th T20 international. And van der Merwe is on the verge of his highest score.
Really smart batting from van der Merwe. See, there was no one down there in the deep behind point. The Bulldog finds a boundary.
He's on the verge of beating his normal average score, I should have said. And it comes, there's the sweep again. There's a man there, just can't get there. The arm was up. It'll go all the way for 4. That was a terrific effort. The Netherlands get 150 up. And it has been a bit of a slog, but it's 153 for 7, 2 overs to come.
धरहरा, भैरवा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विमानस्थल, संसद भवन, वीर अस्पताल र सीआईटी भवन जस्ता महत्त्वपूर्ण आधार स्तम्भ तथा भवनहरूको निर्माणलाई बलियो आधार दिँदै आएको सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट.
Grab a Mountain Dew. QR code scan गरी Yamaha FZ V3 जित्ने मौका पाउनुहोस्. Ride with thrill, Mountain Dew.
Well, there's the bowling card so far, and again, really the most economical so far, 5.67 coming from his 3. Karan Casey will be the latest to complete his 4 overs, so we'll see Deepinder Singh Ari, I think, with the final over from this Kirkcaldy Road end. Well, it's time to say, doesn't matter, let's go for it.
Well, van der Merwe already has.
That's wide.
Look at those back-to-back boundaries finishing off the last over. And he's going at a fine rate, 25 off just 17. It's exactly what Netherlands want to see from him. So Dutt, you've seen him find the boundary. A beautiful shot through the covers.
Just said, hold on, let's check where the field is.
They've just brought deep backward square leg up.
And it comes. It's absolutely hammered. Well, it's been thrown back in, but I think that was over. The 6 is there, indicated. Well, he chased back Rohit Padel, but it was beautifully hit.
What fantastic sportsmanship shown by the captain as well. He got a big old chunk of this, and he knew straight away that his foot had touched the line. And great honesty from Rohit Podal, because he indicated straight away. He indicated straight away that that ball was indeed 6. Great stuff from the Nepal captain.
Yeah, strong sportsmanship. Well, there was a little bit of football played with the ball once it came back to Karen Casey. Wouldn't necessarily recommend kicking a cricket ball. And that sees that go past him.
Yes, that is high 170s, 180. Still looking pretty good at the moment.
Well, there's a little go at that. It's not given us a wide, so all good as far as that's concerned. That 6 being a mighty blow. Lily runs off the bat in the over.
Have a good comeback now from Karen Casey. Such a wise head. Very experienced, the Valentine's Day man.
It's been a good partnership so far. 31 from 21 balls. Oh, and again, he's tasty with a just thumps the bat in frustration.
Really well bowled. He's got Aryan Dutt tied up here. Great response. He almost had him when you think about it. That did get the 6, but he was within centimetres of being caught out there on the rope. So even though he's conceded 6, you would say at this stage, this over has been won by Karen Casey, and somehow Aryan Dutt has to find a way to score. He's just chewing up balls here.
Stroked away. There's the man on the boundary. A deep point, and it comes.
Now that gives Roelof van der Merwe just one delivery to face, just 7 balls remaining. And just to have the three dots there in a row at this stage, just really frustrating. He's bowled really well, Karen Casey.
Van der Merwe 25, which is 2 above his average from just 17 balls. He's got things moving. It's been a good partnership after a couple of rapid wickets. 40 runs for 2 wickets in the last 5 overs. Last ball of the day for Karen Casey. 1 over to come after this. That is thrashed up. There's a man out there. Just couldn't get there. Kushal Bertel tried to get there, indicates it's a 6, but he gave that everything.
Well, he's gone crashing into that, and I tell you what, talk about commitment in the field. Went crashing in to an advertising hoarding that said healing point. He might need it. Boy, that was tough. Talk about put your body on the line.
Well, he gave absolutely everything there. The irony of the advertising board might not be lost on him. It does say massage and wellness. I think he needs the former to achieve the latter.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरी।
Passed over. Well, they thought it was a wicket, but we could see that was dunked into the ground and up, therefore,
Yeah.
on a catch.
The good old crowd catch. It's a crowd catch. So say, bump ball.
In baseball terminology, a swing and a miss. But they come through all the same.
Now, Van der Merwe, he's found it easier to connect than Aryan Dutt has. And he's only got 4 balls here.
Good partnership, 39 between the two of them. Wasn't sure quite where that had gone, but they'll run through anyway.
Had absolutely no idea. Do you know, I did ask him today, Roelof van der Merwe, if he was any good at poker. Because I said, I figure you must. He said, actually, I am quite good at poker. I don't know how. He's so expressive.
Must be the double bluff. That is absolutely hammered down towards long on, and it's just a single. This has been a very tidy over indeed. Nepal, well, you would think it was the first over, the way they were moving about the field. They are so quick, giving everything. 170 is up though. It's not a bad total. And it's going to be added to here. There should be a 2 in this. They will come back and go. That is brilliantly picked up, Mike Fodell.
Look, they are honestly one of the best fielding sides in the world, and there's an argument to say they're the best. They are so quick. It blows my mind at times watching just how rapid they are. I don't know how it is that they end up being as fast as they are, but fielding sides have seen direct hits as well.
Final ball. And this should be another 2. I could hear the shout for 2. They'll come through again. It's played back in. It's a safe 2. And that's good cricket from the Dutch. And that's a really good partnership to finish off. 45, the final partnership between Dutt and Van der Merwe. Dutt will then not out on 17. Van der Merwe on a very respectable 36. What a chase we have. Going to be going on. Nepal won the toss, elected to bowl. They will chase a target of 175. The Dutch, 174 for 7.
Sunflower oil, Mayale bandeko swad.
मेरो बाजुली कम्मा दनातकै मेरो बाजुली कम्मा दनातकै
This home internet present Nation Kids Talent coming soon.
सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट, सर्वोत्तम मजबुती।
यसमा रागको फिला मिसाउनु पाए बडा गज्जा बन्थ्यो होला बुढी।
रागको फिला चाहिँ हैन, मेरो फिला मिसाइदिन्छु अनि खाऊ मजाले।
धनपुर रेटोल।
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यही सेवाबाटै।
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन। आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक।
मेरो बाजुली कम्मा दनातकै मेरो बाजुली कम्मा दनातकै
This home internet present Nation Kids Talent coming soon.
Sunflower oil, Mayale bandeko swad.
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यही सेवाबाटै।
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन। आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक।
यसमा रागको फिला मिसाउनु पाए बडा गच्चा बुन्थ्यो होला है बुढी
रागोको फिला चाहिँ होइन मेरो फिला मिसाइदिन्छु अनि खाऊ मजाले
धनपुर रेटोल
पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याग 10 वर्षदेखि गुणस्तरीय सेवामा समर्पित।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
पहन्चियो नि। नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन। आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक।
यसमा रागोको फिला मिसाउनु पाए बडा गच्चा बुन्थ्यो होला है बुढी
रागोको फिला चाहिँ होइन मेरो फिला मिसाइदिन्छु अनि खाऊ मजाले
धनपुर रेटोल
Proton EMAS 7 Intelligence that electrifies.
सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट, सर्वोत्तम मजबुती।
स्कटल्यान्ड र नेदरल्यान्डसँग नेपालको कडा टक्कर। प्रोटोन इमास 7 प्रेजेन्ट्स ट्राई नेसन T20I सिरिज powered by सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट, पञ्चकन्या बाथवेयर and Dish Home Internet. This broadcast is presented by
Proton EMAS 7 Intelligence that electrifies.
Powered by
सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट, सर्वोत्तम मजबुती।
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
डिश होमको इन्टरनेट भरपर्दो र विश्वासिलो छ, म जस्तै।
Co-sponsored by
Sunflower oil, मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद।
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक।
मात्र एक्सन स्पोर्ट्स HD र ADR स्पोर्ट्स YouTube च्यानलमा।
An AD release initiative.
The journey awaits. The future is now. A harmonious blend of power and precision, comfort and control. The EMAS 7 takes you further with less. The roads may be challenging, but the EMAS 7 is resilient, where nature meets technology, transforming the way we travel. Proton EMAS 7, intelligence that electrifies.
धरहरा, भैरवा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विमानस्थल, संसद भवन, वीर अस्पताल र CIT भवन जस्ता महत्त्वपूर्ण आधार स्तम्भ तथा भवनहरूको निर्माणलाई बलियो आधार दिँदै आएको सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट।
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
Wanting for partners, Aklai and Kashi's been playing well. And sent back to the pavilion, just got a nick, caught behind, and he went. That brought in Scott Edwards. Just glancing one down the leg side. Didn't think he got a touch on it, but the appeal was successful. And it was the end of the day for the captain after just 2. Well, sometimes you cause your own problems, and sometimes you think you're coming back for a safe second, and there's just some brilliant fielding. And that off the single on that occasion, Rohit Patil brilliantly hitting. And then you've got to love the celebration as well. That was terrific cricket. Levitt, though, continued his way. Lovely little sweep off the legs and up and over into the school, doing a little bit of damage along the way. Enjoyed, though, by the Dutch. Well, this catch was put down. It was a rare mistake in the field. As Bim Shakri will be disappointed on his debut not to have got his hands wrapped around that one. And you'd see the disappointment. It was a really good game, but coming down the wicket that time, Sagui Zulfikar just getting stumped by Sheikh. Just getting stumped by Sheikh. Lamashani doing his job. And well, sometimes you just end disappointingly. That was high in the air, but there was a man out there, and that was the end of Michael Levitt. for his 86. Safe pair of hands. And Fadel, the skipper, and the breakthrough was made. That kind of set the Dutch back on their heels a little bit. It was a terrific innings. Things didn't get much easier. You can see the clear nick as Ryan Klein was sent back for a single. The Dutch needed something. They got a good last partnership stand, 45 off of 30, after Aryan Dutt came in to replace Ryan Klein. And that is why Nepal will be chasing 175 to win in this second innings. Stay with us.
के तपाईलाई थाहा छ मेरो व्यस्त सोशल लाइफ र प्रोडक्टिभिटीलाई म कसरी मेन्टेन गर्छु मलाई चाहिन्छ रिलायबल र सही कनेक्सन डिश होमको इन्टरनेट भरपर्दो र विश्वासिलो छ म जस्तै
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल sunflower oil मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
होटल बुकिङ अब ई सेवाबाटै नेपाल भरि 2000 भन्दा बढी होटलहरू आनन्ददायक शान्त र मनोरम होटल बुकिङ सबैको लागि आफ्नो घुमघाम सहज र अविस्मरणीय बनाउन अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै
पिउने पानी भण्डारणको लागि सबैभन्दा उपयुक्त स्टेनलेस स्टिल वाटर ट्याङ्क पञ्चकन्या SS ट्याङ्क 10 वर्षदेखि गुणस्तरीय सेवामा समर्पित
Grab a Mountain Dew QR code scan गरी Yamaha FZ V3 जित्ने मौका पाउनुहोस् Ride with thrill Mountain Dew
धरहरा भैरवा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विमानस्थल संसद भवन वीर अस्पताल र CIT भवन जस्ता महत्त्वपूर्ण आधार स्तम्भ तथा भवनहरूको निर्माणलाई बलियो आधार दिँदै आएको सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट
The journey awaits. The future is now. A harmonious blend of power and precision, comfort and control. The EMAS 7 takes you further with less. The roads may be challenging, but the EMAS 7 is resilient, where nature meets technology, transforming the way we travel. Proton EMAS 7, intelligence that electrifies. Sunflower oil, मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद.
Boy, were we treated to a sight by that man, Michael Levitt, 22 years old today. He's been celebrating his birthday by smiting the ball to all parts. But they still have a job to do, because one thing we know.
प्रदेशमै विश्वस्तरीय शिक्षा वर्ल्ड क्लास एजुकेसन इन द होमल्यान्ड पेन्टागन एउटा अग्रगण्य संस्थाको रूपमा अगाडि जाओस्.
Seems to be something unusual. We've had records tumbling, we've had all sorts. The 3 teams that have gathered here in Scotland to play ODIs, and now this Tri-Nation series. It's just been pure entertainment and a joy to watch. So Ben Fletcher, it is, going to open the bowling. Took a wicket with his first ball on his debut this week, and then he was really taken apart. So it was a bright start, and then, as you can see, went for more than 13 and over. So a chance for him today. Patel just getting a little sighter of the left armour.
was in the air, but it's safe in the end. First runs of the innings for Nepal. Asif Sheikh, experienced cricketer, 59th T20 international today. It's an aggressive shot, and it was deflected. Will it still find its way to the boundary? It does. Well, that was cracked nicely through mid-on. Vikram Singh couldn't get across to that, just got a hand but couldn't hold it. And it's such pace that it still found its way to the boundary. Fletcher in again. Well, it's looking like might get picking up just a little bit of swing.
Very tall Fletcher, and having that left arm angle. If he can find the swing as well, could be a really handy weapon for Netherlands. Remember, they really have struggled with injuries to seamers.
It's tight into Bertel. Fletcher in, that's cracked away as well. That is a lovely shot, full of confidence. That's been a good opening over. Bertel with 10, Nepal with 10, 10 without loss.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
के तपाईलाई थाहा छ मेरो व्यस्त सोशल लाइफ र प्रोडक्टिभिटीलाई म कसरी मेन्टेन गर्छु मलाई चाहिन्छ रिलायबल र सही कनेक्सन डिश होमको इन्टरनेट भरपर्दो र विश्वासिलो छ
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है
Cody Rodan. Interesting to see how he starts off. That started the first game against Scotland, not played in the next two. Well, I bet you that tasted good.
It's not a day for the whiskey, the warming whiskey, is it? It's a day for a cold beer.
Just off the legs, very quickly through.
Not sure if he's just waking himself up there. I don't know why you'd be drifting off. It's been nothing but non-stop entertainment.
Started to come down the wicket, thought better of it. Pushed out to Zach Lyon-Cache. Again, started to come, give it a little bit more air. Single taken. Quickly in. It's nicely done, Zach Ryan Cachet.
Just manages to pierce the field. They're going to come back for 2, but that is a terrific over first up from Aryan Dutt. 5 runs coming from it after 2. Nepal 15 for none.
धरहरा भैरवा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विमानस्थल संसद भवन वीर अस्पताल र सीआईटी भवन जस्ता महत्त्वपूर्ण आधार स्तम्भ तथा भवनहरूको निर्माणलाई बलियो आधार दिँदै आएको सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल। यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
Nepalese players enjoying a little refreshment after their hard work in the field.
Fletcher to continue. He's definitely getting some movement. Ben Fletcher. Yeah, just bringing the ball back in to the right-hander. Giving him something to think about.
Never too early in the afternoon for a snack. The fielders liked the way that was being bowled. We'll see if Sheikh getting his first innings at Wood here in Glasgow. A chance to be behind the stumps. He was a busy boy. That's lofted, but it's safe, and it's for 4.
Well, nicely picked up, and he got it fine enough as well. There's a fielder out there at deep backward square leg. And he's just whipped that behind. So that was a good start to the over from Fletcher, but just leaking that boundary.
Fletcher in again. There'll be no run taken from that. I see Sheikh didn't really get much of a chance to talk about, because it always happened at the end of wickets being taken, but he was very tidy behind the stumps. A couple of nice catches. He didn't do anything wrong. When you're second choice wicket keeper, when you get that chance, you want to do everything as well as you possibly can.
They're blessed that they've got options when it comes to keeping. A couple of very good options as well.
Helps when you can open the batting as well. That's wide.
We saw him take the wicket early when he bowled that first over against Nepal. He was pushing the ball across, trying to go wide. And he started to lose his radar a little bit. Today it's been tighter. He's getting more swing.
There's an appeal, and it's gone. Absolutely plumb gone. And Asif Sheikh is gone. LBW from Fletcher for 7. He was starting to play himself in, but caught right in front of his wickets, and he's gone. LBW.
That's a huge wicket. And mentioned that he was much tighter, just bringing that ball back in again to the right-hander. And that is a mighty...
नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टॉप सब ठीक-ठाक
Proton EMAS 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है।
Yelled, and then celebrated. Nice way to bounce back from a wide. Fletcher to finish the over. That could be gone. It's given us a wide.
Yeah, that's what I like to call the distraction appeal. It's a wide, but if we all appeal for the wicket, maybe we can... I mean, that was absolutely nowhere near anything. You could drive a semi-trailer between the gap there, between the ball and the bat.
I'd do it in reverse. It was that easy. We're watching from the Kukuri Road end, watching that coming down the leg side, but the second you see it on screen, distraction indeed.
Well, that ball I was talking about, that he tries to push across. When he doesn't get the swing, he loses his line. It's 3 wides for the over, so even though he's got the wicket, just a little bit expensive. But that's how he took a wicket with his first ball, but then ended up giving away quite a few wides.
It comes there, just snicked away. Towards backward point, knocked down. Well, the runs are coming, but the wicket fell. 25 for 1.
Proton EMAS 7. Intelligence that electrifies. Sunflower oil. Mayale bandeko swad.
Grab a Mountain Dew. QR code scan gari. Yamaha FZ V3 जित्ने मौका पाउनुहोस्. Ride with thrill, Mountain Dew.
So Ben Fletcher only bowled 3 overs in his debut. And you mentioned Melly got the wicket, but then he got carted about the place and then eventually ended with figures of 1 for 40.
Just saw Max O'Dowd and Kyle Klein just running the drinks, not playing today. I'm sure Max O'Dowd is out there on the walkie-talkie relaying some messages.
Duck just moving the field just that little bit. Nice and tight from that one.
Max O'Dowd and Kyle Klein not in the 11. Klein, another one who's maybe just got a little niggle perhaps. Max O'Dowd sitting out today to let others take on the batting reins, but it was Really only in that top order, Michael Levitt, who is able to get away.
Started to come down the wicket. Mike Crows comes in from long on. It's traditionally where Max O'Dowd has been fielding. Deep backward square leg was where Crows took a couple of great catches this week, but he's been moved around here. There's the reverse one that just missed the stumps. It'll be a long chase, and it's a fruitless chase. Can't fault the effort, but it finds its way to the boundary. This looked close, Mel.
Well, just managed to chop it down and get it between the legs of Scott Edwards. And it's a bit unlucky in a way.
No,
I'll take the runs.
Yeah, no wicketkeeper likes to be nutmegged like that. We'll just check on the fielders out there. I think they're trying to find the ball which is underneath the scaffolding gantry. And I'll tell you what, if you wanted somebody to go in and get it, Daniel Durham is not the guy. He's too tall. He's the guy you want holding onto your feet in case you get lost in there. Hang on, he's gone. I hope he comes back. Yeah, well done. Well done.
Oh my goodness, Zach Lyon Cachet. We thought you'd lost you.
I tell you what, the Dutch Health and Safety Officer will be going nuts.
We've had so many things happen here. It's been a time where unusual things happen. So if Zach Lyon Cachet had disappeared then, I almost wouldn't have been surprised, but safely back.
And I'm delighted for him. On the other hand, a Netflix documentary about the man who went into the screen and never came back would have been brilliant.
That's the Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, isn't it? The Zach Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe.
I think the cricket's going to interrupt our entertainment here. And the corner it goes, just keeping that scoreboard moving. Well, when the run rate is so close to the run required rate this early, you know you're doing something right. And Nepal are doing that. The Netherlands could do with a wicket or two. Dutt. Again, it'll just be a single. And again, the scoreboard continues to move. Entertaining here at Tookwood in Glasgow in this Tri-Nation Series. 33 for 1 after 4.
सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट सर्वोत्तम मजबुती
यसमा रागको फिला मिसाउनु पाए बडा गच्चा बन्थ्यो होला है बुढी
रागको फिला चाहिँ हैन मेरो फिला मिसाइदिन्छु अनि खाऊ मजाले
धनपुरे टोल
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है
मेरो बाजुली कम्मा गनाथकै मेरो बाजुली कम्मा गनाथकै
This home internet present Nation Kids Talent coming soon.
And Durham is coming on. Daniel Durham bowled one of the super overs between these two. We did have 3 of them.
Been really impressed with Daniel Durham. I think he's been outstanding. Tall, strong, really simple, uncomplicated approach and action. He's been very effective, but first ball is slapped away. That's a nice little greeting for Daniel Durham. just managed to carve it through the field.
Bertel comes down the ground. That's tidy bowling. Attacks that straight down the ground it goes. One bounce and to the boundary.
I feel like this is the first time that someone has really taken to Durham early on. But that is an absolute cracking shot. Almost put a hole in the sight screen.
Again, just keeps the scoreboard ticking over. Well, he's 3 for 14 against Nepal from 4 overs in the first meeting of these two.
And a really sprightly start from Nepal. And lost 1 wicket, but remember, Netherlands lost 4 early on. 3 in the power play.
Goes for it, that's skied, but how high is it? It is a lofted shot. Good fielding across the boundary, but it's a beautiful 6. Step forward by Sharkey and dispatched that. Lovely shot. Step down the wicket, no doubt.
Well, he got a lot of bottom hand underneath that one.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
Panchakanya Bathware. Luxury made affordable.
के तपाईलाई थाहा छ मेरो व्यस्त सोशल लाइफ र प्रोडक्टिभिटीलाई म कसरी मेन्टेन गर्छु मलाई चाहिन्छ रिलायबल र सही कनेक्सन डिश होमको इन्टरनेट भरपर्दो र विश्वासिलो छ
Sunflower oil मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद.
But the scaffold is getting ready to come on. Oh, there was an opportunity there. I think that just fell short.
Well, it was a mighty dive. But just have a look at this one again. Just short. But they'll like the fact that creating chances, half chances. This time, Bertel just getting that one away. It's been such a good start by Bertel and Sharkey with him.
Scampering through quickly for the single. Don't want to miss any chances to pick up a run along the way.
Oh, they'll skedaddle when they have to.
There's the reverse. Oh, that's beautifully done. Marion Dutt with a dive, but he couldn't stop that. That's a lovely, lovely piece of cricket.
And you can just hear the crowd who might have been just a little bit sleepy in this hot sunshine come alive with that.
50 is up, 53 for 1. Sharkey is enjoying himself now. And he goes the other way. There's a man out there, slight misfield. He'll be brought in by Zulfikar. Quickly through for 2.
Well ahead of the run rate required at the moment. Nepal, 50's come up already. But you always know that something is around the corner.
There's the same shot to the same fielder. There's a few more have joined us here at Titwood. Bartel fan there. Nice retro Arsenal jersey as well. He's opened that up, it's high in there. There's a man coming round, but Crows won't get there. Couple of bounces, and to the boundary it goes. That was a really good over. They're pushing on well, Nepal. 60 for 1 after 6.
सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट, सर्वोत्तम मजबुती।
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल। यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
Grab a Mountain Dew. QR code scan गरी Yamaha FZ V3 जित्ने मौका पाउनुहोस्। Right with thrill, Mountain Dew.
Fall for Nepal, whereas Netherlands had lost 4 by that stage. They are well ahead of the game. They've got a really good platform set as we see Roelof van der Merwe come into the attack for the Netherlands. And it's going to be fascinating here because I think Coach Stuart Law would love to see Nepal just control this chase, not lose a bunch of wickets just before it gets towards the end, not have the cracking nail-biting finish. I asked Rohit Patel, the captain at the coin toss, were they able to have that kind of run chase? And he said they were. Because you start to think when it happens time and time and time again, there's a bit of a mental sort of, I don't know, a way of thinking that means they always sort of just get themselves close to the finish line.
Roelof van der Merwe from the Meldrum Gardens end steps up.
I just think Stuart Law would like to be able to see them calmly go about a chase. It's not how the cardiac kids generally operate.
That's nicely away. Tidy fielding, so what's going to be required. Well, the Dutch, without Vivian Kingma, pace bowler who injured himself yesterday. Also not in the team today, Teja Nidamanura, who bowled so well against the Scots.
I lost Paul van Meekeren as well.
Yep. So they had enough runs yesterday to play with to try and move things around to stop that Scottish chase. Well, so far, Fletcher, Durham, Lancashire and van der Merwe.
Yeah, so mostly focusing on spin again today. Of course, I have got Michael Levitt as well, who can come in with his medium pace. Might be a day when we see a lot more pace off the ball. Has been coming on nicely to the bat.
Sharkey will be 22 off 11, so he's getting the scoreboard moving nicely. Bartel has faced 23 for his 31.
And I can just hear the first cymbals of the day.
Nicely through between mid-wicket and mid-on.
It's been good so far from Van der Merwe. Ah, there we go. All ready to rock and roll.
Van der Merwe in. Little chop, and again single. Well, that's nice from the Dutchman, just 5 from that over. 65 for 1 after 7 Nepal. The head of the run rate.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies. Sunflower oil. Mayale bandeko swad.
Panchakanya bathware. Luxury made affordable.
के तपाईलाई थाहा छ मेरो व्यस्त सोशल लाइफ र प्रोडक्टिभिटीलाई म कसरी मेन्टेन गर्छु मलाई चाहिन्छ रिलायबल र सही कनेक्सन डिश होमको इन्टरनेट भरपर्दो र विश्वासिलो छ
The seat's taken and dragged back just that little bit to get out the direct sunshine, and if you can't get out the direct sunshine, have a little refreshment along the way. $110 required, 78 to come. Second over for Zach Lancashire. There's a big gap there. It really is just for a single. No Crows in quickly.
They've just put themselves into such a good position, Nepal, by taking on the power play. And the pressure now right on Netherlands, because they need to get stuck into the wickets, try and take a piece out of this bowling lineup.
That was a beautiful drive. Nicely done, Bertel. Just cracked that off through the covers and all the way for 4.
Well, use the feet inside out, carved away. A lovely shot in the end.
There's the square cut. Might be finding the boundary. It's close. It's good fielding work, good double teaming, and he'll get the ball back in. And they will come across nicely. That's good running as well. Don't presume the ball's going to the boundary. That's a good 3.
Yeah, terrific running as well to be able to get the 3rd in. But runs are just flowing a little bit too easily at the moment. They need to find a way to turn the tap off, the Netherlands.
50 partnership up, 51 and 29 balls, 25, 24 with 2 extras. So the runs being distributed evenly. Both these players are in the groove. They'll come back for a second there as well.
And, another example of just how quick they are between the wickets. And probably, I don't know if we've even got the fastest. Podal and Pendra Singh Irie, they are lightning. It almost seems like it's 18 yards instead of 22.
Covered well from the loss. Oh, Sheikh for 7. There's the reverse sweep. It's in the air and it just bounces short. They'll try the run out instead. And it's not to be. So moments of excitement, but not a second wicket to fall as yet. 76 for 1 after 8.
सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट सर्वोत्तम मजबुती
नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टॉप सब ठीक ठाक
sunflower oil, मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद.
स्वदेशमै विश्वस्तरीय शिक्षा वर्ल्ड क्लास एजुकेसन इन द होमल्यान्ड पेन्टागन एउटा अग्रगण्य संस्थाको रूपमा अगाडि जाओस्.
For the Worm, those 2 wickets after the 50th over just brought the Dutch back that little bit.
Well, it's been a terrific partnership from Nepal. Just need to keep it going. Really solid from both Patel and Sharkey. They've been very aggressive. They've backed up the shots with terrific running between the wickets as well.
Oh, he's bowled him! Absolutely got him, all ends up, and Sharkey on his debut is back to the pavilion, bowled by Van der Merwe. It's exactly what the Dutch needed to break up that partnership of 54, and the second wicket has fallen.
Wow, Roelof van der Merwe, he is never far away from the action. Tossed it up wide of off stump, and he just gets the inside edge, and there's the double fist pump from the Bulldog. Wears his heart on his sleeve. And it's a second wicket to fall. Makes things a little bit interesting.
Well, they certainly needed that just to peg back this Nepalese team. Here comes the skipper, Rohit Patel. Vastly experienced. And it's quite a good position to be coming in at, to be fair. 76 for 2. Van der Merwe making the breakthrough for the Dutch.
He's just such a fierce competitor. Van der Merwe, look at the double fist pump. He's famous for it. Just loves his cricket. The age of 40, still going strong. No plans to retire, wants to get to another World Cup. Would love nothing more to head to Sri Lanka and India early next year. But they need to keep going, the Netherlands, because Nepal are just cruising this one at the moment. They are well above the run rate required. 8 wickets in hand. The captain's just come to the crease. Patel is well set. This is the kind of situation that I love to set up.
Down to backward point. Well, if you're a batter, you fancy your chances here. As I say, the skipper's come in at a good time. If he can build an innings, Patel's done well, 39.
We saw such a great innings from Michael Levitt earlier, but from Patel, this has been outstanding as well. He's got off to a fantastic start.
Swept away on the leg side, but that'll be returned by deep mid-wicket. Just came round.
Six boundaries so far for Patel. No sixes, so it's a different innings to what we saw from Levitt.
Cuts that one away. There's cover. At deep point brings that in. This is finely balanced. Nepal 80 for 2 after 9.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
Sunflower oil, मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड.
Panchakanya steel.
DHI Happier Home. Today's hey.
Of Glasgow, it's been a beautiful day for cricket. We'll tie up this tournament tomorrow when Scotland face Nepal. This is the last match for the Dutch before The European qualifiers, which take place from the 5th to the 11th of July, they take place in the Netherlands for the World Cup in 2026. A lot of good cricket to be played there.
That certainly is. Scotland, Netherlands, Jersey, Guernsey and Italy all fighting it out for 2 places at the ICC Men's T20 World Cup in India and Sri Lanka next year. Nepal, one of 9 teams taking place in qualifiers that include East Asia Pacific.
Singh dispatched for a single and his opening ball.
I used to have like a global qualifier for the T20 World Cup, but changed a few years back, so now it's all done through regional qualifiers.
Singing again, bounces that one through, just turned off the legs. Somebody in it. Square leg, it's a deeper square leg, so they'll come in and cover. Yeah, the qualifiers just, we're enjoying the cricket here, the players are enjoying the cricket here, but when you get to that qualifying stage, it just goes up another notch. And it's wonderful to watch.
Oh, they're brutal. Believe you me, they are brutal, those tournaments.
Straight back down the middle, so the run rate just a little bit short of the required, just a little short of 9. In terms of comparison, the Dutch were on 96 at this stage, but remember, Michael Levitt was dispatching a good few to the boundary. Bartel is in a similar position to press the accelerator. There's 2 in it because there's nobody at the stumps. That would have to be a direct out, or they'd have to go down the other way.
But it's brilliant running between the wickets. You saw how quick they are. Rohit out there now, he is one of their quickest. And because Singh had come back, he'd left the bowler's end unattended. And the throw had to come in. It was a good throw as well. But they put so much pressure on the field. You do sometimes then start to see the little mistakes creep in because they become frantic.
That's dispatched, there's an opportunity, across has dropped it. He's been so good at that position on the deep backward point, but he puts that one down.
Well, he took 3 catches out in the deep. And he was on the run, but couldn't take that one in.
Well, normally a safe pair of hands. He was brilliant yesterday. That chance put down. Bartel survives. Pardell on strike. That's going to go all the way. Fine legs going to try and stop that. Gets in there. And ends up getting tangled in their optional way through for Daniel Doro on that occasion. Well, just proved a little bit expensive. Could have been also different. 89 for 2 after 10.
धरहरा, भैरवा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विमानस्थल, संसद भवन, वीर अस्पताल र सीआईटी भवन जस्ता महत्त्वपूर्ण आधार स्तम्भ तथा भवनहरूको निर्माणलाई बलियो आधार दिँदै आएको सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट।
Grab a Mountain Dew. QR code scan गरी Yamaha FZ V3 जित्ने मौका पाउनुहोस्। Right with thrill, Mountain Dew.
Well, Noah Crows has been really impressive, but the drop was the problem. And you cannot say that they're not trying out there. Durham was terrific. He's now coming on to bowl. His second over. Quickly done.
That is incredible. That running between the wickets, this is what they do. That's gone straight to the fielder on the ring, and they've still managed to get a single. This is what we see them at their best. They're not necessarily hitting the big sixes, the bombs that we saw from Levitt, but they get so many singles.
Round the corner. And it will just be a single. Michael Levitt.
This is what we saw them do in the one-day series as well, and they just put so much pressure on the fielders and then start creeping in, trying to desperately to cut off those scoring options, but they just get singles where, well, where batters shouldn't get singles by rights.
He lofts it, but that was safe. You could see it already read the field. They knew that that was going to be okay. And Bertel moves on to 48.
Yeah, gets the 2 there. Again, they turn ones into 2s. And that is one reason that that run rate is going northwards. You know, they're cruising this in at the moment.
That's in there. That one is in there a long time, but it is short. Oh, you could see this thing was scampering in, but also from our position, you could see he was never going to get there. Bertel moves to 49. Padel again just clipped off the legs. Ben Fletcher.
Better over from Durham.
There's the half century. Nicely through from Michel Bertel. Hits the 50. 96 for 2. 9 overs to come.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है।
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै।
हाम्रो परिवारलाई कसैको पनि नराम्रो नजर लाग्न दिन्न। यदि कसैले नराम्रो नजर लगाउन खोज्छ भने त्यसको म हेर्ने आँखा नै फुटाइदिन्छु।
74 for 7, thanks largely to that magnificent 86 of just 53 balls from Michael Levitt. But Bertel has already got to his 50 of 38. It's been a very different innings to what we saw when Michael Levitt was at the crease. He was getting the ball to fly, but Bertel and Rowett, well, they have feet of flames. They've been up and down that wicket, herring at great pace. It's what we've come to expect from this Nepal side. They're so quick between the wickets. It's just a marvel to watch.
Zach Lancashire continues. Just stroked away.
You just look at that equation, the 78 of 53. It's the wickets in hand. 8 wickets in hand. This, even if they lost, you know, 2 or 3, even 4, but kept that run rate up. It's they've given themselves a real opportunity to just show they can operate at a different level.
There's the sweep, there's the appeal, and he's gone. Well, there's the breakthrough they needed. Zach Lancashire takes the skipper LBW. It was a big shout, and Rohit Padel is out for 5.
Well, here we go. Went for the reverse sweep. So umpire feeling that that one was perhaps straightening just enough.
यसमा रागको फिला मिसाउन पाए बडा गज्जा बन्थ्यो होला बुढी
रागको फिला चाहिँ हैन मेरो फिला मिसाइदिन्छु अनि खाऊ मजाले
धनपुरे टोल
के तपाईलाई थाहा छ मेरो व्यस्त सोशल लाइफ र प्रोडक्टिभिटीलाई म कसरी मेन्टेन गर्छु मलाई चाहिन्छ रिलायबल र सही कनेक्सन डिश होमको इन्टरनेट भरपर्दो र विश्वासिलो छ
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमा
One more look. It came around. Wasn't sure at first if it was going down. Close call perhaps in the end. But Zach Lyon-Cachet will take that. And so will the Netherlands. They really needed to find the breakthrough, but while Eva Bertel is out there, Nepal will feel that they can just bring this home. Can they bring it home easily? Or do we have the old twisty, turny route to the conclusion of a match?
I thought that was close as well.
Well, there was bat in it.
Again, just clipped on the leg side.
Yeah, so a really good test here for Nepal. In a very strong position. Got wickets in hand. They've just lost one. Can they still bring it home?
Just knocked out too long on. It's going to be the single and the 100 up.
And it's the manner, if they do bring it home, it's the manner in which they do that. It's quite interesting. This has been a terrific over from Lyon-Cachet.
We'll take just the single. 5 runs from the over, 1 wicket fell. The captain is back in the pavilion. It's 101 for 3.
सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट सर्वोत्तम मजबुती
पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याग 10 वर्षदेखि गुणस्तरीय सेवामा समर्पित
सनफ्लावर ओइल मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेट कार्पेटको शहंशाह
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठीक-ठाक
From Michael Levitt, he'd hit 6 of the 13 boundaries that went for 4. As that comes through, that's a mistake in the field by Ben Fletcher. And it comes through, fielding short fine leg.
Well, and that is really just a tickle, and it's got 2 runs, exacerbated by the fielding error from Fletcher, but they're just so quick to take advantage.
Settle for a single there.
What we did see Netherlands do in Dundee in the ODIs was they ended up fielding a lot closer, just taking a couple of steps in off the ring. But of course now, outside the power play, the field is spread a lot more. It just must be so frustrating trying to contain them when they're so quick.
That's beautifully played. And the arms raised and the 6 achieved. This was a lovely shot. Just turned, whipped it away.
Well, we haven't seen a lot of sixes. It's been an innings that of contrast compared to Netherlands, but that was the short boundary.
It's just the second 6. There was movement, so we're going to say, could we put the music off? Not quite sure why the music was turned on. Just a second six there, and the first coming from Bim Sharkey.
So they've constructed an innings in a very, very different manner to how the Netherlands did it. The Netherlands kind of had the power. Nepal have the speed.
And just having a little flash there, but it ran through safely in the end. I think the problem with the Dutch was they started to run out of bodies. The ball don't really have that issue at the moment.
No, they've got plenty in the shed.
Again, timing was good. Don't forget the little tumble and throw back in. The required run rates and the actual run rate are almost identical at the moment. It's been a good over for the Nepalese. They were 113 for 3.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
Grab a Mountain Dew. QR code scan गरी. Yamaha FZ V3 जित्ने मौका पाउनुहोस्. Ride with thrill, Mountain Dew.
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है.
Well matched between these two, Nepal and the Netherlands. 8 overs to come. You think it's advantage to Nepal. The first game between these two just pulsed brilliantly. Nepal needed a 4 off the final ball to take it to a super over, and they got it. That's how close it went. And throughout the innings, you fancied the Dutch, then you fancied the Nepalese. That is absolutely lofted away. And that's going to... You fancied the Dutch, then you fancied the Nepalese. That is absolutely lofted away. And that's going to take a little bit coming back. Off you go and gather. Beautifully done.
The longest pocket in the field, 85 metres. And he got every single piece of that, just helped it on its way. Glorious shot. And Arif Sheikh, well, Bhutel has hit boundaries, not got to force a situation themselves. They are down on troops. When it comes to bowlers, they've kind of had to piece together a bowling attack at times. Interesting, we haven't seen Michael Levitt with the ball.
Singing again. That is high, that is lofted, and that is over the pavilion. That is a beautiful shot, lovely lofted 6.
Well, Arif Sheikh, what is this? He's giving this chase a shake, that's for sure. What a glorious shot. Up and over, extra cover and onto the roof. Thank you very much indeed. They are bossing this chase at the moment.
Oh, he's gone the other way. And that takes a bounce. Well, he's decided he's got dinner reservations and he wants to meet them because we are hurrying aplenty in this over.
Well, again, he picks out the longest pocket in the ground. He got the ball over the rope the first time down there. This time, a couple of bounces, that won't matter. And this is a punishing over for Singh.
So 4-0-6-4 so far. 2 balls to come in the over. It's been expensive. .23 from just 8 balls. Singing again. It's clipped off the legs beautifully. And that will just be a single.
The fans are just coming alive here now. They very much enjoying this absolute bludgeoning that's being handed out by Arif Sheikh.
.47 to win, 37 remaining. Again, surveying the field. Just to see if anything's changed. Singing, digs it in. There's the cut. On the boundary, whips it in. Very, very productive from Nepal. They've really pushed on now. 6 overs to go. They're chasing 175. They're 130 for 3 so far. No ball was given, so they'll have one more to come.
Yeah, and it's going to be a free hit, so what was already an expensive over could become much worse now for Vikramjit Singh. Arif Sheikh, well, he hasn't been shy in taking on the ball in normal circumstances, so now that he's got a free hit, and see them out there circling the fingers, they know what's to come.
Singh steadies himself. Bowls powered away. There are 2 men there, almost dissects both. It does require 2 of them, Crows with the throw, to get back in. It's tough sledding now for the Netherlands. It's 132 for 3.
सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट, सर्वोत्तम मजबुती।
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल।
sunflower oil, मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद।
Panchakanya bathwear, luxury made affordable.
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
There's some great work out on the boundary, but at the moment, good fielding is not going to be enough. They need to take wickets, and that might incorporate some good fielding, might incorporate a bit of magic from this man here too, Roelof van der Merwe.
This partnership already worth 35 of just 17 deliveries. Will be cut away. And comfortably through for 2, Zulfikar.
Well, he's been tidy, as Roelof van der Merwe. He's got the 1 wicket tidy. I don't think he's going to be enough.
Well, of the matches this week, Scotland defeated the Netherlands on day 1. The Netherlands then defeated Nepal. Nepal then defeated Scotland. And then the Netherlands defeated Scotland as well. So if Nepal win this, the series is up for grabs.
Well, it just goes to show how tightly packed these teams are. We've seen associate cricket at its absolute best over the past few weeks in Scotland. This T20 series has just been brilliant to watch.
Van der Merwe It's been a much tidier over, but they'll scramble their way through.
It is just ludicrous to watch how quick they are. There is no way that should have been by rights a single, and you keep saying that every time. So, yeah, they are, I can't think of any team that would be faster between the wickets than this Nepalese team. Noah Crows has got some musical accompaniment. Well, they are getting closer. Nepal, 37 to win, 15 gone.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
अरूलाई थर्काएर तर्साएर खाने दिन गए मुखिया साहब गरिब निमुखामाथि अब दमन टिक्दैन बुझ्नुभयो
स्वदेशमै विश्वस्तरीय शिक्षा वर्ल्ड क्लास एजुकेसन इन द होमल्यान्ड पेन्टागन एउटा अग्रगण्य संस्थाको रूपमा अगाडि जाओस्
Ahead of where the Dutch were, looking to get through without any consternation or problem, chasing 175, currently 138 for 3. 5 overs to come. You'd rather be in the Nepalese position than the Dutch. But during the first game between these two, I think we said we'd rather be the Dutch, then the Nepalese, and then the Dutch again. So it can still change.
Oh, it's been brilliant cricket that we've been treated to. Great to have a lovely sunny day as well. I just feel that this could be a really important victory for Nepal should they go through and comfortably get there. They're in prime position at the moment.
Dutch. 13 runs from his 2 overs. He's been pretty economical. Aggressive there, but again, fielders are pretty well set. Silverguard out there. Patel about to face his 50th ball of the inning. He's built a fine 63. Comes down the wicket, that's in there. Zach Lankashi realised he wasn't going to get there, so just used his body to block the ball.
Well, it wasn't too far off, but no chance he could get in there. He headed off straight away, did Zach Lankashi. Couldn't quite get that. Actually did really well in stopping that ball and going to the boundary. How often do you see them go for the dive and the ball gets through?
Certainly saved 2 runs. That's in the air a long time. And underneath it, and no mistake that time by Noah Crows. The breakthrough is there. Patel is gone. 65, he built the innings slowly. 6 fours in that innings, faced 51 balls, but it's game on again.
How many have we seen caught out there? Noah Crows, he dropped one deep mid-wicket earlier. This time, made no mistake. They keep trying to take on that long boundary. It's fraught with danger. This is a very interesting little moment here because this is where in the past you might see
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठीकठाक
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल सनफ्लावर ओइल मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट सर्वोत्तम मजबुती
Yeah, now with these two, this pair in the middle, we might see some very quick running between the wickets. even if we thought it was quick before. A bunch of these guys, you know, the beat test that you do, we have to run back and forwards. These guys can beat the beat test, complete it. That means you get through the whole thing.
Duck in. Pushed away, again quickly through for the single. And off the mark. And they won't chance a single there. So the target is shrinking. 33 runs to win, 24 balls remaining. Nepal are 142 for 4.
सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट सर्वोत्तम मजबुती
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है
त्यसमा राहको फिला मिसाउनु पाए बडा गज्जा बन्थ्यो होला है बुढी
रागको फिला चाहिँ हैन मेरो फिला मिसाइदिन्छु अनि खाऊ मजाले
धनपुर रेटोल
के तपाईलाई थाहा छ मेरो व्यस्त सोशल लाइफ र प्रोडक्टिभिटीलाई म कसरी मेन्टेन गर्छु मलाई चाहिन्छ रिलायबल र सही कनेक्सन डिश होमको इन्टरनेट भरपर्दो र विश्वासिलो छ
On the south side of Glasgow, Scotland will be back in action tomorrow. They'll face Nepal, and at the moment it looks like it'll be a winning Nepalese side, but you never know. The Dutch are trying to plan their way through. Final over for Daniel Dorham. He's not for 34 after 3. Dorham in. Oh, flashed that. And through for the single.
Well, they run through for a bye. It's missed everything in the end.
It's thrashed away to the boundary, 1 bounce and 4.
Well, that was a shake. He really has put on a show since he came out to the middle. Yes. Just absolutely nailed that one.
Safe again. And come through 4-2. Over 500 runs he's scored at this level, and he's on the verge of a highest score, previously 39.
Even when the ball goes in the air, it's been one of those days, isn't it, where it's in the right area for Nepal.
Absolutely hammers it, but there's a man right there, and it's dropped. That's the second catch the Dutch have put down, and that could have changed the game.
Well, Zach Lyon-Cachet, he's been terrific in the outfield, but on that occasion he puts it down. It's running in, facing the sun, but he's got sunglasses on, maybe just lost it. But a frustrating moment.
150 up as well. I'm not sure if that just fell shorter than he expected, but he seemed to get himself caught.
There's no wind today, just looking up at that flag, it's dead quiet.
Thrashed through, they're going to come back for a second. There's not much danger to that. Good over in terms of runs. They're closing down, 23 to win, 18 remaining, 152 for 4.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
Panchakanya bathwear, luxury made affordable.
This home internet present Nation Kids Talent coming soon.
Sunflower oil, Mayali Badeko Swad.
के तपाईलाई थाहा छ मेरो व्यस्त सोशल लाइफ र प्रोडक्टिभिटीलाई म कसरी मेन्टेन गर्छु? मलाई चाहिन्छ रिलायबल र सही कनेक्सन। डिश होमको इन्टरनेट भरपर्दो र विश्वासिलो छ।
That 1 for 17 from 3. There's the reverse sweep. And the single will be taken.
I know I keep saying it, but he's hit that reverse sweep quite hard, straight to Ben Fletcher, and they've still got through for a single, and they're not even pushing.
Current run rate 8.9, current requirement 7.8. Target's 175. The bowler goes to field, there's nobody at the bowling end, they're coming in now, so they come through for 2.
Roelof van der Merwe just suddenly realised there was no one there as Dutt had taken off to field himself.
Well, the crowd are really getting into things. The guitarist plays like Elvis Presley, which, and by that I mean he doesn't actually play guitar. It was a prop when Elvis used it. It's a prop there. Well, he hurt his arm. Remember, he went out to make the field. He just went down on it. He just got the funny bone there.
Oh boy, the last thing that Netherlands need is another bowler with an injury. So his elbow does not look very comfortable.
Well, he is wandering over.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन। आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक।
बल बल मासुमा झोल हाल भात खाऊ।
मासु त के हड्डी पनि छैन। अब त त्यो बन झाँक्रीको हड्डीमा झोल हाले मात्रै हो।
धनपुर रेटोल
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
अरूलाई थर्काएर तर्साएर खाने दिन गए मुखिया साहब। गरिब निमुखामाथि अब दमन टिक्दैन, बुझ्नुभयो?
Panchakanya bathwear, luxury made affordable.
हाम्रो परिवारलाई कसैको पनि नराम्रो नजर लाग्न दिन्न। यदि कसैले नराम्रो नजर लगाउन खोज्छ भने त्यसको म हेर्ने आँखा नै फुटाइदिन्छु।
भावना माया
सनफ्लावर ओइल मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद।
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT।
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल।
This home internet.
Wickets or dot balls required. And again, quickly through to take 2. More Crows, and there's a long way in from there.
More brilliant running between the wickets. Get the 2s. A lot of other teams that only get 1s at this point. But the Nepal batters are just brilliant between the wickets.
Cut away down to point. And it comes. Deep point. Trying to guard. Just trying to see. There's the deep extra cover. They're not having to go for boundaries.
See Trudy Lindblade sitting up there. She's the Chief Executive of Cricket Scotland, enjoying the sunshine.
Full toss on the reverse. Just trying for a little change of angle here. And he comes. It's out to Crows, he's misfielded it. There's going to be a second coming through for there. He prevents the boundary. But the number of runs required to win are now 14. It's 161 for 4. 2 overs to go.
धरहरा भैरवा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विमानस्थल संसद भवन वीर अस्पताल र सीआईटी भवन जस्ता महत्त्वपूर्ण आधार स्तम्भ तथा भवनहरूको निर्माणलाई बलियो आधार दिँदै आएको सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट
Grab a Mountain Dew. QR code scan gari. Yamaha FZ V3 जित्ने मौका पाउनुहोस्. Ride with thrill, Mountain Dew.
That's pretty decent for a T20. It's consistent, no partnership worth less than 20.
Yeah, when you think about how different it was for the Netherlands, it was just all about Michael Levitt for a large part of their innings. Now, Bertel has been out there for it, but they've had people to stay together with. It hasn't been quite the procession that we saw earlier. And it's not over yet, though. Just have to always keep in mind, Roelof van der Merwe, I can tell you one thing, he hasn't given up this match, and he never will. Not until it's truly over.
Looking to complete his 4th over. He's 1 for 33 against Scotland on day 1. 2 for 44 in the second meeting. A little bit expensive in that game. And he'll field that himself.
Of course he will. Right, 14 to win, 11 balls. You would back Nepal to get this any day of the week. We know that there can be drama, though. So oddly enough, I feel incredibly tense, even though I should be thinking they're home and hosed.
Again, just a single. Yeah, most teams you would think would just take it through nicely. Nepal tend not to do so. Big moment for them and for their coaching staff. Just want to see this 3 without drama coming. Here's the field.
So that left of your screen that we've just gone past, that's the short boundary, but out there with the hockey pitches out there, that is the long part. That's where Noah Crows has generally been positioning himself and taking those catches. He's dropped one out there today. Stuart Law and the rest of the team watching out, wanting Irie and Arif Sheikh to bring this one home.
Certainly spaces. And off comes round. And go through.
Brilliant running again. And because they're able to do this and find the 2s, they've been able to bring the deficit down without necessarily having to go over the top and take the big risks. And this is what Stuart Law wants them to do. He wants them to play smart.
He's moved on to 12. Full toss, doesn't dispatch it. 11 to win, 8 to come. Tidy over so far. And they're going to come for the second. In they come. So again, it's a good throw in from the boundary. It's excellent fielding work, but they just rush their way through.
Now, I just wonder how close that was. They were pushing it. And van der Merwe just... I think he was able to take that one cleanly enough to be able to whip the bails off. Be very interesting to see just how close that was, but I think he might have hurt himself. We'll have another look. We should get a good angle of it here. The ball fired in. Van der Merwe, he would have been gone. If he'd taken those stumps off, the bail's gone, he'd have been out.
Last ball of the over. Olaf van der Merwe. It's been tidy. Will it stay tidy? There's a full toss. And it is. Well, they're going to come back for two. They're testing exactly the same arm, and that wasn't a million miles away either. They're shouting for a third. They're not going to get it. They'll have to settle for two. It's been interesting stuff. 7 to win, 6 remaining. 168 for 4 Nepal.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल।
सनफ्लावर ओइल, मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद।
धरहरा, भैरवा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विमानस्थल, संसद भवन, वीर अस्पताल र सीआईटी भवन जस्ता महत्त्वपूर्ण आधार स्तम्भ तथा भवनहरूको निर्माणलाई बलियो आधार दिँदै आएको सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट।
पिउने पानी भण्डारणको लागि सबैभन्दा उपयुक्त स्टेनलेस स्टिल वाटर ट्याङ्क पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याङ्क।
Here it is again. Absolutely roared through for the first, and look how quick he was coming back. Had to stretch out. Would have been gone, you suspect, but I think in that moment, that's where we might have seen him just pick up a niggle. Does not look happy at all, and that is a very sad sight.
Well, he'll retire hurt.
Yeah, he's going to have to leave, and Lokesh Bam is going to have to finish things off. He's done brilliantly. Been a terrific innings. Unfortunate that he's not able to see at home.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
बल बल मासुमा झोल हाल भात खाऊ।
मासु त के हड्डी पनि छैन। अब त त्यो बन झाँक्रीको हड्डीमा झोल हाले मात्रै हो।
धनपुर रेटोल।
DHI Happier Home. Today sahi.
Grab a Mountain Dew. QR code scan gari. Yamaha FZ V3 jitne moga paunahos. Right with thrill, Mountain Dew.
नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन। आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टॉप सब ठीक-ठाक।
Sunflower oil, मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद. The journey awaits. The future is now. A harmonious blend of power and precision, comfort and control. The EMA 7 takes you further with less. The roads may be challenging, but the EMA 7 is resilient, where nature meets technology, transforming the way we travel. Proton EMA 7, intelligence that electrifies.
Actually, from the Dutch point of view, it's a death over, it's a super over. Call it what you will. They've got a little target to defend here. And Zach Lankashi, well, he's done it already this week.
Yeah, it was wicket, dot, dot, wicket in that super over. So he'll certainly have that in his mind. Scott Edwards having a chat with him now, and he's got Bam, Lokesh Bam on strike. So first up, first ball he's going to face. Oh, heavens above, please don't do this to me again. 7 to win, 1 over remaining. They've done so well to get themselves to this point. Here we go.
Round the wicket. It's in the air, it is long, they're looking for it, but it's over. That is a brilliant hit. The scores are tied. And Bam, well, lives up to his name.
Oh, Bam by name, Bam by nature. That is absolutely huge. And he's just picked up the length perfectly, taken on the long boundary. Nothing Noah Crows could do about that.
Scores are level. The next one will win it. What a shot that was. Absolutely took command and takes his opportunity. Well, the Dutch are trying to, well, they're bringing almost everybody they can in to try and stop the single.
Imagine trying to stop a single with the way these fellas run.
Tell you what, all you could do is hope for a direct hit. If it comes to you quickly, can you get it away? Zach Lankashi, Lokesh Bam. Dot ball. 4 to come, 1 required. And again, oh, he's missed that. 3 to come. Remember, the scores are level.
Oh my goodness. Oh, well bowled though by Lankashi. They just need one shot to put it away.
Just needs one touch. And we'll try the run anyway. And he comes there, hammered away. Absolute no doubter for 6. Into the pavilion, that will land in the bar. And that's where the ball will head to celebrate. Wonderful 6 to finish off. Lokesh Bam showing no nerves whatsoever. And Nepal take the victory over the Netherlands.
Well, by Nepal's standards, that is a straightforward victory, but it still came down to the last over, the third last ball. But what a stroke to finish it. Look out if you're getting a pint, because he might have just knocked someone's over. Laser-like into the bar. Lokesh Bam was some way to finish, and I think that win will be very, very pleasing for Stuart Law. There he is there. You can see he's a pretty calm character. Michael Levitt, well, he was absolutely terrific earlier. There's the ball.
We don't need it anymore, but thank you all the same. Wonderful moment. Wouldn't it be great to see these two teams in the T20 World Cup next year? The entertainment that they could give us. Nepal have made it through, 180 for 4. Nepal has won by 6 wickets. Well, Kushal Patel will be delighted. A really good 65. He set the tone as these